Hello, I'm very happy to present to you our brand new baking station, the Miwe FBC. Now before we get started, I would like to tell you a little bit about us. We are the Miwe Michael company, and we have been producing and manufacturing baking oven technology for nearly 100 years now. And by the way, we manufacture our products exclusively in German production plants. So in other words, 100% made in Germany. We manufacture everything from ovens for production plants and in-store baking to equipment for refrigeration and temperature control and loading. But we not only produce hardware, we also design all types of energy efficiency concepts and network worlds via connectivity for our customers and create solutions for their requirements. And to round things off, we also provide comprehensive service, which is there to help you in any way possible after the purchase of a Miwe product. Miwe is well known for its innovative strength. Many developments have their roots actually in our company. In-store baking, for example, which was originally known as sight and smell baking, is our invention. So with this innovation, we have now developed the Miwe FBC system. The abbreviation FBC stands for Fresh Baking Center, which makes it clear that this baking station is in use at the point of sale. The oven consists of 2 baking chambers, the base, and the steam hood. The upper chamber holds up to 5 trays and the lower chamber up to 10. The maximum load is thus 15 trays. However, with partial loading you can also bake 2 trays or more, just depending on your needs. The oven has an intelligent automatically capacity regulation, our Miwe Flex Bake. So it automatically detects how many trays are in the oven and it adjusts the baking program automatically. The FBC is a convection oven. And you can tell this from the fans that circulate the hot air in the baking chamber. The steam generator is here too, which supplies steam to the oven. Now the oven control system is a unit control system, which means it controls both ovens at the same time. And the touch screen is divided into 2 for exactly that reason.
I don't see any trays or tray supports. How do you load the system then?
Well, yes, this is exactly why this oven is so special. Let me show you. In the baking chamber, you can see the rail on the right and on the left side. And now, our loading trolley comes into play. As you can see here, all the trays have already been filled previously, which can be done in a preparation room, for example. The great thing is that now you can take all the trays and put them into the system at once. And this can be done very quickly because the door is only open for a very short amount of time. This is also very safe because the operator does not have to reach into the hot baking chamber anymore. But I will show you later how easy and how trouble-free this all works.
Fascinating. So the system is very easy to operate.
It's very easy to operate and it actually thinks for you. We have equipped the Miwe FBC with many helpful functions, such as the automatic night startup function. Let's say you come into the store in the morning and you want to bake. The oven is already preheated and you can get started right away. Another practical function is the fully automatic cleaning program. If you want, it will carry out the cleaning during the night. The oven then heats up to dry itself. This happens at the appropriate time in the morning so that you can use the heat for the first batch of baking. So you not only save time for cleaning, but the energy used can also be used for further baking. And energy, of course, is a very important topic. So when the oven is not being used for baking, the control system automatically switches the oven to an eco mode. The baking station is now in energy saving mode. It no longer heats, and the fan wheels stop running, and the only efficient LED lights are left on, in order to show the customer, hey, at this bakery, we serve fresh.
Okay, these functions really seem to make day-to-day work easier. What do I have to pay attention to in order to get the oven set up at my location?
Well, apart from the necessary space, you need electricity, a water supply, and a wastewater outlet. But let's take a look at the rear side real quick. Each baking chamber needs its own electricity connection, as you can see here and here. The water connection is here and the wastewater outlet there. The port for the Ethernet interface is also located here.
Oh, you can connect the oven to a computer network.
Yes, of course. Let's take a look at the control system and I will show you everything that can be done with it. This oven is really very easy to operate. If you want to bake something, you simply need to wake the oven up from the eco mode and then only press the image of the product you want to bake. That's it.
Can I save images easily myself?
Yes, of course. You can also upload images of your own products to the control system. But let's stay with the baking first. As soon as the program has been chosen, the oven heats up. When the correct temperature has been reached, the lights in the baking chamber and the start-stop button on the control panel begin to blink, which indicates that the products can be put in the oven now. And once the products are in the oven, you close the door and the baking process starts fully automatically. As soon as the products have finished baking, an acoustic signal sounds which lets the operator know that the products can be now taken out of the oven.
How do I put a baking program into the control system? And as the owner, can I enter the programs myself?
Yes, of course. There are different user roles, so different access rights for the owner and the staff. As the owner, you can create and enter baking programs yourself, and not only at the control unit itself, but also from a PC via a network. It's almost like a remote control. The staff, in contrast, can only use the programs. They select them and then the products are baked accordingly. It is really similar to a PC in which the administrator can configure and control the entire system, but individual users only have restricted rights.
The control system is really easy and self-explanatory. I'm sure my employees will quickly learn to use it proficiently. How is it with security? Can anyone, a customer in the store for example, play around with the oven and upset everything?
No, certainly not. After a user has finished working at the control panel, the system locks itself automatically. And only after a security code is entered, the system can be accessed again. Without a security code, you can press whatever you want here on the control panel and nothing happens. And this is also true for the door lock. See? Unless the code is entered successfully, nothing will happen here. With the code entered, now I can open the door. Now the FBC is also very well insulated, so you don't need to worry about burning your fingers here anywhere. And even the baking chamber doors are so well insulated due to multiple glazing, it only gets warm to the touch. As you can see, when I touch it, nothing happens. Now the loading trolley also helps a lot with safety, because the staff, they don't have to reach into the baking chamber anymore. And then we have this loading tool here, which helps to push in the trays from a distance and also to pull them back out.
It really looks like the oven is very safe and easy to operate. What about cleaning the oven? Is that also fast and easy?
Yes, and hygiene in the food industry is, of course, a very important topic. The exterior of the oven is, as you can see, a large, smooth surface made of stainless steel and glass. Everything can be easily cleaned with a damp cloth. I already mentioned that for safety reasons, the FBC has multiple glazing, which can be cleaned with a commercially available glass cleaner. For cleaning purposes, you just open the pan of the glass, like so, which is held in place with a magnetic locking mechanism. And this can be easily done without any tools. So we have cleaned the exterior and the panes of the glass. Now, of course, the interior of the baking chamber needs to be cleaned. This is really easy though, since the oven has a fully automatic cleaning system. Usually, it is programmed to run during the night, just before the early morning hours. The only thing I have to do is fill up the cleaning fluid from time to time whenever the system indicates it is needed on the control panel display. Naturally, our cleaning fluid is biodegradable and does not require certification. Thus, it is entirely safe and you can use it without any worries. Now the tank inlet is behind this flap and the tank itself is on the base of the oven. It has a volume of 6 liters and it uses just 180 milliliters per cleaning cycle. Of course, the cleaning program can also be started manually at any time during the day. if, let's say, for example, you have been baking a lot of high fret products and the oven needs to be cleaned. Now, this can be easily done with a touch of a finger on the control panel. And the whole cleaning process only takes 60 minutes.
Great! So in terms of hygiene, everything is taken care of. This looks really uncomplicated. I just hope that everything works trouble-free in practice.
No, you don't even need to hope, trust me. Let's just go through working with the oven step by step. And then you can experience for yourself that everything is really as simple and safe as I have described. And then you will also see that with the Miwe FBC system, which consists of the oven and loading trolley, even junior staff will not have a problem using it. And that you will spend very little time and effort on preparing for baking and cleaning. So for example, we need fresh rolls again for a display. First, I go to the oven. I enter my security code. So select the baking program. The oven now heats to the desired temperature. And in the meantime, I get the products and place them on the baking trays. Now I only need to place the products evenly on the tray so that we will get a perfect baking result. Oh, and by the way, it doesn't make any difference whether I also add rolls with seeds or other products related to this group of baking products. For example, different kinds of wheat buns, Danish-style pastries, or even croissants.
This is wonderful. Then in the morning, I can get the entire baking program finished really fast.
Okay, so while we were filling the baking trays, the oven has reached the required temperature and is now ready for loading. The blinking lights in the baking chamber tell us that the oven is ready. In order to open the baking chamber, I need to enter the security code again. The two guides here above help me to position the trolley. With the loading tool, I can easily push the trays into the baking chamber. This is totally safe and I don't even need oven mitts for this. Now I just have to close the door and the baking program starts fully automatically. And of course, we also could have loaded the lower chamber with other products such as baguettes or croissants, since the two baking chambers are independent of one another. During the baking process, the staff have time to take care of other things. Great, the rolls are ready. Now I have to put the loading trolley in front of the oven again. I can use the tool to get the baking trays out of the hot baking chamber. The Miwe FBC now switches back to our eco mode again. As you can see, we have baked different products in one batch here. Just look at how perfectly consistent in color, sheen, appearance and volume these products are, even though we have baked a mixture of different kinds of rolls.